Hello, cinema friends. Welcome to another edition of Cinesundry. I'm your host, Marcus Seabury, and today we've got a biopic for the ages as we review Elvis. Okay, now before we get into our review of Elvis, I want to remind you about our rating system. There it is. Now, that top score is auteur. That is for those top shelf, phenomenal, near flawless projects. Normally, some of the best projects you've seen all year. And that middle score, appropriately enough, is middling. That is for those projects that had potential or promise, but didn't quite deliver or come through on their potential or promise, and they wind up being just okay. And that bottom rating is hacked. That is for those terrible, dismal, abysmal, god-awful projects that probably shouldn't have been made in the first place. And now that you know our ratings, let's get into the rundown. Okay, Elvis is about the life of Elvis Presley. You see his rise to stardom. You see all the obstacles and issues that he's faced along the way. And also, very uniquely, is that it's mainly told from the perspective of his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. And it also focuses a lot on the unique and, I guess, contentious relationship between Elvis and Colonel Tom Parker. And now let's talk about the script and acting. Okay, this script was just amazing, phenomenal. I mean, just really some of the best writing I've seen in a while. I mean, I just feel like they just really captured the essence and spirit of Elvis, and they just really captured that kind of carny nature of Colonel Tom Parker. And the acting, it's a stellar cast. And let's get into it. First off, we have Austin Butler as Elvis. Probably the biggest thing you might have seen him in is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But he does a great job as Elvis. He really kind of captures Elvis's wonder at, the kind of the world of black music. That's something that he, hadn't been privy to. But, then he kind of gets peeks into that world. You also see him capture Elvis's natural charisma and a bit of his tortured soul. A very great performance. And next up, we have Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker. Now, of course, Tom Hanks. He's what I call an acting OG. He's been in countless projects. You may know him as Forrest Gump, or maybe you know him as the voice of Woody from Toy Story, or just hundreds of other things. He does a really great job as Colonel Tom Parker. You just see kind of how he's equally brilliant and ruthless, corrupt, and manipulative. I mean, it's like he'll stop at nothing to exploit anyone and anything for a buck. And it's not a very flattering portrayal of Colonel Tom Parker, but one that kind of tracks based on what we know from history. But another just overall amazing performance from Tom Hanks. And next up, we have Olivia DeLonge as Priscilla, another relatively new actor. She shines in her portrayal of Priscilla. You can see the transformation from naive teenager to a kind of a hardened celebrity wife who's realizing that all the fame and the good times aren't quite what they're cracked up to be. It's a nuanced and good performance from her. And next up, we have Helen Thompson. She plays Gladys, Elvis's mom. She's another veteran actor. If you remember the film Kangaroo Jack, she was in that. I like her portrayal of Gladys. It's stern but loving. And in this version, you can kind of tell that she's very concerned about Elvis being in the entertainment industry and all the evils and pitfalls of that line of work. Solid performance from her. And rounding out our cast here, we have Richard Roxburgh as Vernon. He's Elvis's father and business manager. Now, you may know Richard Roxburgh as Dracula from Van Helsing, and he's been in other Baz Luhrmann productions. Does a great job as Vernon. Kind of see him as the character who's in over his head, but he's still trying to make sense of it all, and he's still trying to do what's best for his son. And now let's talk about the director's technique. The director of this is Baz Luhrmann. You know him from Moulin Rouge. You may know him from The Great Gatsby or from the recent Netflix series, The Get Down. And what he does is staging, spectacle, and period pieces. And all that fits here. This fits perfectly in his wheelhouse. But also what I love is that he manages to balance the larger-than-life moments with kind of quieter, somber, more serious moments. And there's, also time for introspection along with the musical numbers. Thought it was a nice balance. I like the way he blended those two worlds. And it's just a very, very solid performance. It might be Oscar time for Baz. And now let's talk about sentiment and rating. Okay, my sentiment actually was joy and I guess surprise when I finished watching this movie. I have some issues about Elvis and the way they manipulated, stole from some black artists. Well, I guess mainly Colonel Tom Parker stole because he was stealing from Elvis too. But having said all that, this is a great movie. Just well done, well made, made with care, kind of made on purpose to show the corrupt nature of Colonel Tom Parker. And I love the fact that they actually showed you the black artists that influenced him and black artists that he was friends with, like B.B. King and Little Richard and Big Mama Thornton and Sister Rosetta. Most biographical projects, again, shy away from this, but this one didn't. This one acknowledged them, and I commend Baz Luhrmann for doing such. Guys, this is an awesome movie. This is a great movie. It's a near perfect movie. And I'm jumping out the window, guys. And you know what that means. When I'm jumping out the window, that means I'm going all in. So I'm giving Elvis the rating of auteur. Yeah, I know. Auteur for an Elvis movie? No, this isn't just my Memphis bias. It's really that good. Just trust me and watch it when you can. Well, all right, that's going to do it for this edition of Cinesundry. I've been your host, Marcus Seabear. And now, as always, we ask that you like the video, comment down below on the video, and subscribe to the On Location Memphis YouTube channel. And remember, guys, take some time and treat yourself to a movie. See you next time.